My name is Stephanie, and I'm 52 years old. For the past 7 years, I've been living with a silence that cuts deeper than any words ever could. My son Marcus told me to stay out of his life, and I've been honoring that request ever since, even though it breaks my heart every single day. But recently, something changed, something that made me question whether the distance between us was truly what either of us needed. I live in Portland, Oregon, in a modest 2-bedroom house that feels far too big for just me. The second bedroom was Marcus's room growing up, and I've kept it exactly the way he left it. His high school basketball trophies still line the shelves. His posters of NBA legends still hang on the walls. Sometimes I sit in there when the loneliness becomes unbearable, running my fingers over his old textbooks, remembering the boy who used to stay up late studying at that desk. Marcus was always a determined child. Even as a little boy, he had this fierce independence about him. When he was 7, he insisted on walking to school by himself, even though it was 6 blocks away. When he was 12, he got his first job mowing lawns in the neighborhood, saving every penny in a shoebox under his bed. His father left when Marcus was just 4 years old, and I think that abandonment shaped him in ways I didn't fully understand until much later. I worked 2 jobs to keep us afloat after the divorce. During the day, I was a receptionist at a dental office, and 3 nights a week, I waitressed at a diner downtown. I missed some of Marcus's basketball games. I missed some parent-teacher conferences. But I was doing my best, trying to provide for us, trying to be both mother and father to a boy who needed more than I could give. When Marcus turned 18 and got accepted to Oregon State University, I was so proud, I cried for 3 days straight. He was the first person in our family to go to college. But he was also angry with me in ways I hadn't anticipated. One night, about a month before he left for school, we had a terrible fight in this very living room. "You were never there," he said, his voice shaking with emotion. "Every time I needed you, you were at work. Every time something important happened, you had an excuse." "I was working to put food on the table," I replied, tears streaming down my face. "I was working to give you opportunities I never had." "You were working to avoid being a real mother," he shot back. "You know what? I don't need you anymore. I'm going to college, and I'm going to make something of myself. No thanks to you." Those words landed like physical blows. I tried to explain, tried to make him understand, but he wouldn't listen. He left for college that fall, and our relationship never recovered. He came home for Thanksgiving that first year, but it was tense and uncomfortable. By Christmas, he told me he was spending the holidays with his girlfriend's family. After that, the visits stopped altogether. I sent him money when I could. I sent birthday cards and Christmas cards that were never acknowledged. I texted him occasionally, always getting one-word responses or no response at all. My sister Karen told me I should stop trying, that I should let him come to me when he was ready. But how do you stop loving your child? How do you stop hoping that one day they'll forgive you? 3 years ago, I heard through Karen that Marcus had gotten married. He didn't invite me to the wedding. I found out her name was Jennifer from a Facebook photo that one of his friends had posted. She was beautiful, with long dark hair and a bright smile. In the photo, Marcus looked happier than I'd seen him in years. I was grateful for that, even as my heart ached that I wasn't part of that happiness. I worked hard to build a life for myself that didn't revolve around the son who didn't want me. I started volunteering at a local community center, teaching basic computer skills to seniors. I joined a book club that met every Tuesday evening at the library. I made friends with my neighbor Dorothy, a widow in her 70s who became like a second mother to me. But there was always this emptiness, this hollow space where Marcus used to be. Last Tuesday, I was at the grocery store when my phone rang. It was an unknown Portland number, and I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. "Hello? Is this Stephanie Morrison?" a woman's voice asked. "Yes, this is she." "Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm Marcus's wife." My heart stopped. I actually had to lean against the shopping cart to steady myself. "Jennifer," I managed to say, "is everything okay? Is Marcus all right?" "Marcus is fine," she said quickly. "But I'm calling because I think he needs you, even though he won't admit it. We had a baby 3 months ago. A son. We named him Daniel." I couldn't speak. Tears were already flooding down my cheeks, right there in the cereal aisle of the grocery store. "Stephanie, are you there?" Jennifer asked gently. "I'm a grandmother," I whispered. "I have a grandson." "Yes, you do. And Marcus is struggling. He won't talk about it, but he's terrified. He's so scared of being a bad father that he's barely sleeping. He won't ask for help, and he definitely won't ask for your help, but I think he needs his mother. He told me to stay out of his life, I said, my voice cracking. He made it very clear he didn't want me around. I know, Jennifer said. He told me about your relationship, or lack of one. But Stephanie, becoming a father has changed him. I see him looking at Daniel sometimes with this lost expression, like he doesn't know what to do. And I think part of what he's afraid of is repeating the past, but another part of him is realizing that being a parent is harder than he ever imagined. We talked for 20 more minutes right there in that grocery store. Jennifer told me about Daniel, about how he had Marcus's eyes and a full head of dark hair. She told me about the difficult delivery, about how Marcus had held her hand and cried when Daniel was born. She told me that they lived in a small apartment in Northeast Portland, just 15 minutes from my house. I'm not asking you to show up unannounced, Jennifer said carefully, but maybe you could write him a letter, something he could read when he's ready. I just think he needs to know that you're here if he needs you. That night, I sat at my kitchen table with a cup of tea that went cold while I stared at a blank piece of stationery. How do you write to a son who doesn't want to hear from you? How do you tell him you're sorry for things you can't change? I must have started and stopped a dozen times before I finally found the words. Dear Marcus, I wrote, I heard that you're a father now. Congratulations on the birth of Daniel. I'm sure he's beautiful, and I'm sure you're doing your best to be a good dad to him. I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the man you've become, the life you've built, the family you're creating. I also want you to know that I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't the mother you needed when you were growing up. I was doing my best, but I know my best wasn't always enough. I missed too many moments. I was absent when I should have been present. If I could go back and change things, I would, but I can't. All I can do is tell you that I love you, that I've always loved you, and that I always will. If you ever need me for anything, I'm here. No questions asked, no judgment, just a mother who loves her son and wants to help if she can. With all my love, Mom. I mailed the letter the next day, and then I waited. Days passed, then weeks. I heard nothing. I started to think that Jennifer's call had been a one-time thing, that Marcus had found the letter and thrown it away without reading it. But I tried not to let the silence discourage me. I went about my life, volunteering, reading, spending time with Dorothy. Then, 6 weeks after I'd sent the letter, my phone rang at 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. It was Marcus. Mom? His voice was thick with exhaustion. Marcus? What's wrong? Are you okay? I don't know what to do, he said, and I could hear him crying. Daniel won't stop crying. He's been crying for 3 hours straight. Jennifer is sick with the flu, and I can't get him to calm down. I've tried everything. I've fed him, changed him, walked with him. Nothing works. I don't know what to do, and I'm so tired, and I don't know how you did this by yourself. Where are you? I asked, already grabbing my keys. We're at home, but Mom, you don't have to. Give me your address, I interrupted firmly. I'm coming over. He was silent for a moment, then he gave me the address. I was in my car within 2 minutes, driving through the dark Portland streets toward my son's apartment. It had been 7 years since I'd seen him in person. 7 years of silence, 7 years of distance, 7 years of heartbreak, and now he needed me. When I arrived at the apartment building, Marcus was standing in the doorway with Daniel in his arms. The baby was red-faced and screaming, his little fists clenched. Marcus looked completely defeated, dark circles under his eyes, his hair disheveled, wearing sweatpants and an old t-shirt. I'm sorry, he said as I approached. I didn't know who else to call. Don't apologize, I said softly. Can I hold him? Marcus handed Daniel to me, and the baby's weight in my arms felt like coming home. He continued crying, but I started walking, swaying gently, humming an old lullaby I used to sing to Marcus when he was a baby. I walked around the parking lot, around the building, just moving and humming and holding this precious little person who was my grandson. After about 20 minutes, Daniel's cries started to quiet. His body relaxed against my chest. 10 minutes later, he was asleep, his tiny hand curled against my shoulder. Marcus was standing where I'd left him, watching with an expression I couldn't quite read. How did you do that? He asked quietly. Practice, I said with a small smile, and the fact that I'm not as tired as you are. When was the last time you slept? I don't remember, he admitted. Maybe Thursday? Go inside, I told him. Check on Jennifer. I'll stay out here with Daniel for a while to make sure he stays asleep. You don't have to do that, Marcus said, but there was no conviction in his voice. I know I don't have to. I want to. Go. He went inside, and I sat on the steps of the building, holding my sleeping grandson, looking up at the stars. The Portland night was cool, but not cold. A light rain had started to fall, the kind of gentle mist that's so common here. I adjusted my jacket to keep Daniel dry, marveling at how perfectly he fit in my arms. About 45 minutes later, Marcus came back out. He sat down next to me on the steps, not saying anything at first. We sat in silence, listening to the rain, watching Daniel sleep. Jennifer told me she called you, he finally said. She did. She's a wonderful woman. You chose well. She thinks I'm being stubborn about you, Marcus said. She thinks I should have reached out years ago. You don't have to explain, I said gently. You felt how you felt. You had your reasons. Did I, though? He asked, his voice breaking. Or was I just a kid who was angry and hurt and didn't understand what you were sacrificing for me? I've been a parent for 3 months, Mom. 3 months, and I'm exhausted and terrified and completely lost. And you did this by yourself for 18 years. How did you do it? Tears were running down my face. I did the best I could, Marcus, but I made mistakes. I wasn't perfect. I missed things I shouldn't have missed. You were working to support us, he said. I understand that now. I understand that you didn't have a choice. I understand that you were doing everything you could. And I'm sorry I told you to stay out of my life. I'm sorry I wasted 7 years being angry about things I should have forgiven. Oh, Marcus, I whispered, reaching out to touch his hand. You don't have to apologize. You were hurt. You had every right to feel what you felt. But I was wrong, he said firmly. I was wrong to shut you out. I was wrong to refuse to see your side of things, and I've been too proud to admit it until now. Until I had a son of my own and realized how hard this is, how scary it is, how much I need help, even though I don't want to admit that I need help. We sat there on those steps, the rain falling around us, our hands clasped together, years of pain and silence finally beginning to heal. Daniel slept peacefully between us, unaware that his birth had been the bridge that brought his father and grandmother back together. Can I ask you something? Marcus said after a while. Anything. Will you help me? Will you teach me how to be a good father? Because I'm terrified I'm going to mess this up. I'm terrified I'm going to fail him the way I thought you failed me, even though I know now that you didn't fail me at all. Of course I'll help you, I said, my heart so full it felt like it might burst. I'll help you with anything you need, anytime, day or night. Over the following weeks, I became a regular presence in Marcus and Jennifer's life. I came over several times a week to help with Daniel, to bring meals, to give them a chance to rest. I taught Marcus how to swaddle the baby properly, how to interpret different types of cries, how to help Daniel sleep through the night. I shared stories from when Marcus was a baby, stories he'd never heard before. One afternoon, about 2 months after that first night, Jennifer was at a doctor's appointment, and Marcus and I were alone with Daniel. The baby was having tummy time on a blanket on the living room floor, and Marcus and I were sitting on the couch, watching him. I want you to know something, Marcus said suddenly. I want you to know that shutting you out is one of my biggest regrets. I missed you, Mom. Even when I was angry, even when I told myself I didn't need you, I missed you. I missed calling you when something good happened. I missed asking your advice when I didn't know what to do. I missed having a mother. I missed you too, I said, tears filling my eyes again. Every single day I missed you. There wasn't a moment that went by when I didn't think about you, didn't wonder how you were doing, didn't hope that someday you might forgive me. There's nothing to forgive, Marcus said, taking my hand. You were a great mom. You worked so hard for me. You sacrificed so much. I just couldn't see it when I was younger. I could only see what I thought I was missing, not what I actually had. That evening, when Jennifer came home, the three of us sat together at their small kitchen table while Daniel napped in his crib. We talked about the future, about holidays, about birthdays, about all the moments we could share as a family. They asked if I would be Daniel's regular babysitter when Jennifer went back to work. They asked if I would come to Sunday dinners every week. They asked if I wanted to be part of their lives, really part of their lives, not just occasionally, but constantly. I said yes to everything. How could I not? Now, 6 months after that first phone call from Jennifer, my life looks completely different. Every Sunday, I have dinner with Marcus, Jennifer, and Daniel. I babysit 2 days a week while Jennifer is at work and Marcus is in graduate school. I've watched Daniel grow from a newborn into a smiling, laughing baby who reaches for me when I walk in the room. More importantly, I have my son back. We talk on the phone several times a week. He asks me for advice. He tells me about his day. He shares his hopes and fears about fatherhood. Last month on Mother's Day, he brought me flowers and a card that said, "Thank you for never giving up on me, even when I gave up on you." I keep that card on my refrigerator where I can see it every day. Looking back, I can see how becoming a father changed Marcus in ways nothing else could have. It gave him perspective. It helped him understand my choices, my sacrifices, my love. It showed him that parenting is hard, that no one does it perfectly, that all we can do is our best with what we have. But more than that, it showed him that he needed his mother, that pride and anger aren't worth the cost of losing family, that forgiveness is possible, even after years of silence, that it's never too late to rebuild what was broken. I won't lie and say that everything is perfect now. There are still moments when I see a flash of the old hurt in Marcus's eyes. There are still conversations we need to have, old wounds that need more time to fully heal. But we're together now. We're a family again, and that's what matters. Last week, I was holding Daniel before his bedtime, rocking him gently while Marcus and Jennifer cleaned up the kitchen. The baby looked up at me with those big, dark eyes, so much like his father's, and smiled. In that moment, I felt a peace I hadn't felt in years. All the pain, all the loneliness, all the heartbreak of those 7 years apart seemed worth it for this moment, for this second chance, for this beautiful little boy who had brought his father back to me. Marcus walked into the room and saw me with Daniel. He smiled, that genuine, warm smile I remembered from when he was young. "You're a natural with him," he said softly. "I had a good student to practice on," I replied, looking at him with all the love in my heart. "I love you, Mom," he said, words I hadn't heard in so many years. "I love you too, Marcus. I always have, and I always will." Sometimes it takes becoming a parent yourself to truly understand your own parents. Sometimes it takes holding your own child to realize how much your mother loved you. Sometimes it takes walking in someone else's shoes to forgive them for the journey they walked in theirs. Marcus told me to stay out of his life, and I respected that request for 7 long, painful years. But when he had a son of his own, everything changed. He learned what I had always known, that love isn't perfect, that parents make mistakes, but that the bond between a mother and child is stronger than anger, stronger than pride, stronger than years of silence. My name is Stephanie. I'm 52 years old, and I'm a mother and a grandmother. I lost my son for 7 years, but I found him again through the birth of his son, and I will never take that gift for granted, not for a single day.